welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time I have some mail. So if you know, or if you bought from Alpha Brush before, you know what this is. So this is what their packaging always look like. It's always that holographic look, so I absolutely love it. I always save them and try to use them again, you know, if I need a little envelope and I'm out of mine or something. But I really love their packaging. But anyways, I actually got a new brush. The one that I use still works really good. I haven't had any issues with it. But I've had a lot of people asking me to do a video about breaking the brush in, as well as the difference between the number 9 and the number 10. The reason why is because a while back I was using the number 9 and then I switched over to the number 10. I just felt like the number 9 was a little bit too small for me after a while. So that's why I went up to a number 10, but I've been using the 10 for a while. I haven't had any issues with it. I use the oval ones. And I just really love it. I feel like it's the perfect shape and size. I also asked for them to send me the squared or the flat one, just because when I was on their page, I realized that it was some people doing acrylic nails with like the flat brushes. And I thought, you know, that was pretty neat and I wanted to try it out. So I told them to send me one of those. But I got the Alpha number 9 Oval Kolinsky, and then I also got the Alpha number 10 Oval Kolinsky, and then I got the Alpha number 10 flat. So let's see. So this is the number 9. As you guys know, they have the wooden back to it, and they have, this one has a white, you know, wooden handle to it, and then this one of course is the same as the number 9. So I'm going to be trying them out or breaking them in. I've done a video before on how to break them in. I followed their steps that were on the Alpha Brush website, and I've had a lot of people tell me that, you know, it kind of messed up their brushes, which whenever I did that to my brush, I feel like it did mess it up, you know, as well. So I apologize about that. Again, I did follow their steps on their website. I even, you know, screenshotted each step that they had on their website, and that's what I, you know, referred to during my video. But I'm gonna show you just what I do, you know, whenever I first get a new brush. So I opened all 3 of the brushes up, but I want to mainly show you the difference between the number 9 and the number 10. I honestly always say that I recommend that people start off with a smaller brush when they're beginners, just because when you use a bigger brush, you pick up a lot more product, and I feel like you're not able to control it because, you know, you're still kind of working slow, you're not as experienced. And with a smaller brush, since it's a lot smaller, you're not able to pick up a lot of product, which means that, you know, you're actually going to be able to control your product a lot better because it's not going to be so much product there. But anyways, this is what, again, the brushes look like. We have the number 10 and the number 9. Excuse my nails. The other day I was putting on my shoe and this nail broke, so I just cut all of them down. I haven't had time to soak my nails off, but most definitely I have to do it very soon. But anyways, I'm gonna get my little dapping dish. Let's see. I have a little dapping dish right here with a little bit of monomer. So what I do, let me move this camera. Okay, so I have a little monomer or dapping dish with monomer, and I have my 2 brushes here. So again, we have the number 9 and the number 10. This is what they look like. They come in the plastic tube, and then they have like a little plastic cap on the top. So just go ahead and just pull that off, just like that. Same thing for both. Come on. Okay, there you go. So when you first open up your brush, they're both gonna be hard because they have, you know, some sort of starch on them to basically shape them up. That way they fit into this little plastic tube. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just dip it into my monomer. I'm just gonna dip it in there, get it nice and wet, and then I'm gonna clean it off on my paper towel. I know before when we did this video before, you know, the instructions told us to roll them on a paper towel and just flick them like this. So you want to be very gentle when you do this. because you don't want to make your bristles just spread all the way out. Again, the steps that I followed from the last video was the steps that they had on their website. I'm not sure if they still have them on there, but that's what it told us to do. So a lot of the time what I also do is just make sure that I'm flattening my brush out like this as I go as well. That way, you know, it's nice and flat. And you also want to make sure that you always, you know, make sure that you keep it flat on the side with the name. So you don't want to make it flat on the other side because it's not going to be flat as you see. It's going to be flat literally on the side with the name. So I'm going to go ahead and keep dipping it into the monomer. And what we're trying to do is just get rid of that starch that's in the brush that's, you know, keeping it hard. So we're trying to get rid of that. So I'm just using that same monomer to do so. And I don't know if you guys can, you guys can't see it, but I'm able to see it like in the, you know, on the paper towel. It kind of looks like little flakes. So I'm just cleaning it off. I'm gonna keep dipping it in there until, you know, my brush is nice and smooth. Again, just use your thumb and your index finger to kind of just brush it with your fingers to flatten it out. See, and I can still feel like the little, it feels gritty, so I still feel it in there. Let's see. Okay. So just like that, again, make sure that you keep it nice and flat. And this one is the number 9. So now I'm gonna do the same thing for my number 10. So I'm gonna dip it in, and this one it's a lot harder than the other one. So just dip it in, and you will be able to hear that starch kind of break apart when you first dip it in there. We're gonna wipe it off. And when I'm dipping it in there, I'm just doing this in the monomer. Wipe it off and clean it on the paper towel. And again, I feel it in my fingers as I'm doing this. And honestly, the difference, I mean, I haven't had the number 9 in a while. I know my last one, I sent it back to them because I was having problems with it. And that's when I switched over to the number 10. But see, the number 9, it's slightly smaller than the number 10, if you guys can see it. So I would use my number 9 for like shorter nails, and then use my number 10 for, you know, regular long nails, just because with the number 10 I'm able to pick up, you know, a bigger bead than I would be able to with the number 9. So that's why usually I try to keep, you know, more than one brushes. I do have, let's see, this is the number, where is it? Okay, so this is the number 10 brush that I've been using for a while. As you can see, you know, I've had this one for a really long time now. So, you know, it shed, you know, sometimes it sheds, but it's like normal shedding. So as you can see, it's slightly a little bit smaller than the new number 10 that I have, but they're the same brushes. They're this one's the oval shape as well. As always, after I use my brush, I make sure that I, you know, clean it really good after each set so it's nice and flat. That way, next time when I'm ready to use it, it's still really nice and flat and clean. So you always want to make sure that after each set, you clean your brush off. I always get a little dabbing dish with acetone. I fill this up, I put my brush in there, and I let it sit there for 10 minutes. And that way, if any acrylic is in my brush, it kind of just soaks off. And again, I do that for all of my brushes after each set. So this one still feels like it has a little bit of that starch in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean it off a little bit more. And again, it's really important that you use your brush on the side with the name. Alrighty, so I think it's pretty much, you know, gone now. So I also have, I'm gonna show you what I also have, which is the nail brush conditioner, and this one is also by Alpha Brush. And this one, sometimes when my brushes start to feel a little bit rough, or you know, just every now and then, I just dip them into the brush. And this is literally, you know, like a conditioner for your brush. It softens your brush. That way, you know, you keep it, you know, nice and clean and soft, and you don't mess it up, because it is what is it, Kolinsky, you know, it's a Kolinsky brush, so it's, you know, real hair. And you know, just like our hair, we have to condition it to keep it, you know, looking good, keep it soft. So it's the same thing with your brushes. You want to make sure that you take care of them, because like I always say in my videos, your brushes are your most important tools, and you don't want to mess them up. So once I've dipped them into the monomer and removed all of that starch from my brush, I just dipped it into the conditioner, and I just rubbed it on the brush, again making sure that it's flat on the side with the name. And then I'm just gonna let them sit there, and then whenever I'm ready to use them, you know, it'll be good to go. So that's pretty much what I do whenever I get a new brush. This video was really nice and simple. I just wanted to unpackage and show you guys how I break my brushes in my way. So hopefully this video has helped anyone. And also I want to show you guys what I do if, you know, one of my brushes maybe is acting up, the bristles are all spread out. So I'm gonna use, let's see. Okay, this one is actually an older Alpha brush. So as you can see, it's really thin. This one was probably my first brush that I ever had from them. So as you can see, it's really old. I'm gonna just purposely spread some of the bristles out. Again, I don't use this brush at all, so that's why I don't, you know, I just want to show you guys what you could do. So say your bristles are, you know, all spread out, and this one really don't want to do it, but say your bristles are just all spread out and just look rough like this. So what you want to do is, usually again I would have my dapping dish with my acetone, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up with acetone, and then I'm gonna just dip it into the acetone and wipe it off on a paper towel. And then what I would do is just same thing as the other ones, use your thumb and your index finger to flatten it out. As you can see, some of those bristles are still separating. And I'm gonna go in with a top coat. You wanna make sure that you use a regular top coat, not a gel top coat, just a regular top coat. And the only one I have here is the OPI top coat. And what I'm gonna do is just brush it onto my brush. So literally just apply it on my brush. Just like this. And then with my same thumb and my index finger, I'm gonna flatten it out. So I'm basically reshaping it back to, you know, its original shape. And I just keep doing this until it's nice and flat. As you can see, all of the bristles are back together how they should be. And then after this, I literally just let it sit there and dry overnight. And you know, next time when I'm ready to use it, you can just dip it into the acetone, and you know, to remove all of the top coat that we applied on here, and it should be nice and flat. So again, this is how I restore my brushes. Again, I just use the acetone to, you know, just make it, just wet it, and then I also use a regular top coat, and that's pretty much it. So really nice and simple, and I always feel like it definitely does help my brushes, you know, get its shape back and just bringing those bristles back together. But anyways, I also wanted to show you guys the number 10 flat one, which just looks like this. And I'm gonna try to use this one on my next video. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just dipping it into my monomer and just cleaning it off. Hey girl. Hey.
Alrighty y'all, so as soon as I was finished recording the video with the brushes, my client walked in and I decided to use the flat brush on her set. So it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing I can say is that I think I didn't remove all of the starch from the brush, because as you guys seen in the video where I was you know, opening it up, I literally had just started cleaning it off when she walked in. So when I started to use it, I think it was still a little bit of starch in there, so the acrylic acrylic would kind of stick to the brush. But the only difference with this one is that I like whenever I go to clean around the cuticle area, instead of wiping it off with the tip, you have to clean it off with like the corner of it, as you see me doing here. But honestly, I feel like, you know, I would definitely be trying it again, because I think after I finish using it, because you will see me switch to my other brush, I put it back in a little dapping dish with acetone and I let it soak for like 10 minutes, and I did see where that starch did soak off. So I definitely will be using it again, and I'll be letting you guys know, you know, what I think about it as well, or again once I try it again. But you know, it did really good. It gave me the same results that I usually get if I was using my regular oval brush. But again, the only thing was that I did think that I didn't clean it good enough at the beginning, so the product was getting stuck. But anyways, I went ahead and switched over to my number 10. So again, the number to my number 9. So again, the number 9, I would usually use it when I'm doing, you know, like shorter nails, kind of like this, like the medium length, just because I'm not, you know, I don't want to pick up too much product, especially when they're shorter, because then I don't want to have to do a lot of filing. So as you can see, it is that oval shape, and I just love it because it gives you that kind of a point at in the middle of the brush, and it makes it really easy for you to be able to clean up around your cuticle area. So I definitely really like it, and I also like how sturdy it is. But you know, as you guys know, I've used the number 9 for a really long time, and then I also use my number 10, which again is just for longer nails, because you're able to pick up, you know, more product. Now I do know that there's people out there that like to use the way bigger brushes, so like a number 16, 18, 20, but it kind of just depends on what you started off learning with. I personally learned to do nails with like a number 12 OPI brush, which was probably equivalent to like a number 9 alpha brush, because it was pretty small like this one. So that's kind of what I just stuck to. But again, there's people out there that learned with a bigger brush, so that's kind of what they just decided to stick with. But I do suggest that if you're a beginner, you start off with a smaller brush. That way you're able to control your product and you don't have super thick nails. Alrighty, so in this part, I'm going to be using my number 10, because as you guys seen, they were really flat. She came with that set already on from the shop. So instead of me doing a 4 bead method, you know, to get that thickness that we want, I decided to just go ahead and use my number 10 to be able to pick up, you know, more product than I would with the number 9. That way it will speed up the process just a little bit. But honestly, you know, the difference in between the 9 and the 10 is not that big of a difference. So you know, it kind of just depends on which one you get. I do know that the number 9 is, you know, just a bit cheaper than the number 10, but it all just depends on you. But you know, they're exactly the same as far as the shape and how they work. You know, they do the same work, but it's just, you know, one's a little bit smaller than the other. But I do recommend both of them. I cannot stress this enough that if you are a beginner, I do recommend that you start off with just a smaller brush. So I would say a number 9, but again, you know, if you decide to get the number 10, it's not that big of a difference. So whichever one you decide to get is fine. But hopefully this video was helpful. I was able to, you know, just tell you guys how to break in your brush, how to clean your brush after each set, how to restore your brush, and I just showed you, you know, me using each brush. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.